Good morning, Liberty County, Hinesville, and all the municipalities there. We are here again to give you our weekly COVID update. We thank you for hanging in there with us for several months. Many of us have been in conversation lately about the amount of time we've had to deal with this, and it's been a while, and quite honestly, I cannot tell you the duration of it, but we just know that we have to remain compliant throughout. We just want to give you updates this morning and want to ask you to remain compliant if you have not been, to get compliant. We heard numbers from our coastal health district this morning that even though our numbers aren't increasing in leaps and bounds, there's an increase, and in fact we had one more death since our last report. So it is a time of concern. It is a time that we need you to stay with us. It's a time that we need you to know that Team Liberty is still here working on your behalf behind the scenes 24/7, whether it be our EMA office, county, city of Hinesville, Walthamville, Midbury, Riceboro, Flemington, Gum Ranch, all working together as Team Liberty to keep you informed and to encourage you, really, because we know it's been a long haul. I'll just ask you, the Bible says, be not weary in well doing, so be not weary in well doing. In due season you shall reap if you faint not. So no time to faint. It's time to dig in, really, and just decide as a community we're going to help keep this virus down to its minimum in Liberty County, Georgia. But we can't do it by ourselves. The slogan has been, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. So please remember that. And main thing is be encouraged. Just be encouraged. None of us has the answer. We're looking for a vaccine. We pray that it will be available end of the year, what I'm told from the health experts. But whenever that time is, we got to remain vigilant and safe until such time as that comes our way. So if you will, please continue to support our first responders on every level, whether they be at the hospitals or EMS or fire, whoever it is that come, policemen, all those persons who are in service for you every day. Let's also remember to support our military community also, as this is, I know for our local military community, they are still under certain tight regulations, really, when it comes to travel. And all of us know every now and then you just want to break. You just want to break. Many people in our community are just riding around just to get out of the house. So whatever it takes, let's do that. But let's support each other so that we all make it through this pandemic as we're doing thus far. Right now, I will yield to the City Manager of the City of Hinesville, Mr. Kenneth Howard.
Let me go ahead, Kenny, if I may. Thank you, sir. Good morning to everyone. Before I get into my notes, since last week, I've been out in public quite a bit, and I've had at least two people mention to me that they watch this event every week, and they were appreciative of it, and we're appreciative of them saying nice things to our entire team. By the way, they told me to share that with everyone. As of this morning, I think you've already maybe been told that Liberty County has about 649 confirmed cases. That could be off on one or two, with 14 of those confirmed overnight, and an increase in the last week of about 101 cases, and unfortunately a third death. I'd like to mention that the governor has issued a new set of executive orders. As of July the 31st, they extend the public health emergency to Thursday, September 10th, and extend health and safety measures for Georgia industries through August 15th. And you can review those orders on the governor's website or on our city's website. I won't take up a whole lot of time. Nothing has changed in the way of advisement from local and state officials. We simply ask you to follow the advice of the professionals and do your best to prevent the spread. I'm proud to say that a lot more people, by the way, as I saw those nice people out in public, I noticed that the percentage of people wearing masks is extremely high now, and that's a very good thing. If you recall, in the beginning of this ordeal, we asked you to do similar things, albeit in a different way, but the premise remains the same. Doing your best to prevent the spread is doing our best to keep hospitalizations down in our area, along with protecting essential health care workers and first responders so that they may continue helping those who are ill, regardless of whether they're ill from COVID or not. Liberty Regional Medical Center is a critical access rural hospital serving a large swath of Georgians. that may not have access to health care otherwise. If they should get overwhelmed, a lot of folks may miss out on life-saving treatments because beds become unavailable. So I'm asking residents of Hinesville and Liberty County, please take care of yourself and take care of others. This is not the time to turn this into any kind of political event, nor the time to pretend that you're on an island by yourself. For those interested in receiving COVID-19 tests, the Department of Public Health and Diversity Health Center are conducting tests in Liberty County on a weekly basis. And I'll do it one more time to learn how you can be tested. Their websites are www.covid19georgia or GACHD.org for the Department of Public Health, and for Diversity Health Center, it's www.diversityhc.org. In closing, I'll repeat the same thing that Chairman Lovette and I've been saying week after week after week after week, but it's very important. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. And thank you all for staying safe here in Hinesville and Liberty County.
Good morning, Hinesville, Liberty County. Thank you, Mayor Allen Brown and Chairman Lovette. Thank you for the work that you guys do every day here in Liberty County. I just want to touch on a few things as it relates to the City of Hinesville operation. Currently, we're still adhering to the CDC's guidelines. We're checking your temperatures as you enter into our facilities. We're also requiring face masks, face covering. We also, in addition to that, our water customers, and I want to make sure that we understand that water customers that have outstanding balances, they could still contact City Hall and make arrangement for a payment plan. As of August the 15th, we'll start charging late fee for water bills. And so we are asking you to please, if you have an outstanding balance on your water bill or on your account, please reach out to my staff, and they'll accommodate you by preparing a payment plan for you. Also, I want to echo the sentiment of our officials earlier. Be encouraged. We want you to be encouraged because we're in some unprecedented time, as you know. The numbers are constantly going up, although not exponentially as some other areas, but still we're not where we need to be with the numbers. And I'm going to share a little more details about that with you in a few minutes. I want to also let you know that City of Hinesville, we are still not accepting or permitting gatherings of more than 50. So far as your assembly permits are concerned, we are not permitting those types of events in the City of Hinesville. And that is based on the governor's public health emergency order, where that is restricted and can be done under certain circumstances where social distancing can be achieved. And most of the event, as you know, that's impossible to do just on the nature of the event. Now, you heard the mayor mention that we had over 100 cases, positive cases, over the last 7 days. Well, over the last 30 days, we've had over 500 positive cases here in Liberty County. That's a 400% increase from a month ago. And so that is very concerning to us because, as you know, the school, we're going back in Liberty County virtually, but that's not the most ideal situation to be in. And we would like for our students and staff and administration and everyone associated with the school system to be in school because you can get the best use of that curriculum and everything that are associated with it. However, there are some parameters. There are some due diligence that we must do in order to keep the students and the support staff safe. And the transmission level must be at a certain rate in order for them to go back safely. So we're all in this together, and that's a real testament of being together because we all are one way or another affected by the school system. And so we are going to ask that in Liberty County, Hinesville, all the other municipalities in Liberty County, please adhere to the guidelines given by CDC, and that we are to social distance, wash our hands, wear your mask, and then look out for your neighbors. Sometimes we have neighbors that really don't follow these guidelines. Then if they're not following the guidelines, at least we can do that individually. So thank you for your time and thank you for your efforts. We appreciate it, and let's continue to be safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that. And come kind of close out here just a little bit before the chairman comes back. I think the mayor and Mr. Howard have touched on the case count, so won't touch on that a little bit. I do want to speak just a minute about the hospitalizations, though. The hospitalizations have been somewhat down in Liberty County. This chart actually shows through yesterday. As of this morning, those have climbed back up just a little bit. I do want to mention, though, and I think I mentioned this last week, the problem, and the reason I like to watch this chart is because of the limited number of access beds that are critical care beds, both here in our region as well as over the state of Georgia. I think I mentioned last time that there's actually had to be transfers made out of the coastal region to other parts of the state to those critical care beds that were available. Happy to report that through our hospital CEO, Ms. Tammy Mims, this morning, she confirmed that the Georgia Coordination Center has started now this week as of Monday as a joint effort among all the hospitals in the state of Georgia to identify open access beds so that arrangements could be made quickly to move patients around the state if it becomes necessary, and it has been necessary as hospitals became overloaded with their critical care facilities. So thank you to the health experts and to the critical care workers in getting that done with the state of Georgia. General offices remain open just like we have been. There are access procedures in place. PPEs have to be worn and temperatures are continuing to be taken there. Court facilities, no change there really to do that. I will mention that last night at the commission meeting, which those meetings again remain closed except for critical folks on the agendas. We're limiting those accesses right now. They are by Facebook, but last night the board did approve an educational plan, public information plan, if you will, to be released to go out to the public, and you'll hear much more about that later. It involves a coordinated effort between many agencies to be able to get out information on the COVID and the pieces that are necessary for protection for the public there. So again, whole new press release coming on that. We look forward to that. That'll probably pop out there the next couple of weeks, and you may, in fact, some of you may be contacted to help participate in that educational campaign. Recreation, really no changes there. We'll mention that our pools had remained open for a longer period of time. Those will all shut down now as of Sunday. Sunday will be the last day that they are open. As far as public entry is concerned, they will still be available for rental. You should contact the recreation department for that if you so desire. I guess just in closing again, case counts do continue to go up. It is a marathon race. It's not a short race. Let's keep running that race with diligence and be out there and do what we need to do, because if we short or try to take a shortcut, then we may back up. So let's just keep running that race that's ahead of us. I think that we'll be fine. It's just we've got to have a lot of patience, and sometimes that's very hard to come by, especially right now. I guess one more thing let me mention too, though, is we did dodge a tropical storm to come by, which was very good. My compliments to our EMA department and EMA staff, public safety folks all the way around who prepared for that event. I'm sure it will not be the last event that we'll deal with in this season, but my hat's off to them and all of our partners is how we did that. So again, thank you to those businesses that are encouraging masking. Thank you for those who are practicing what you should be doing, and please just encourage your friends to do the same, because they are helping to protect you and everyone else when they do that. So thank you very much, and to quote our new campaign, Mask Up Liberty County.
Thank you, Mr. Brown, Mayor Brown, Mr. Howard. I would like to let you know that Mayor Larry Baker was not able to attend this morning due to mayoral obligations to the city of Walthamville, but he extends his greetings to the citizens from Walthamville and his appreciation for your compliance. You know, I'd like to end on a personal note when I can. My brother lives in the Atlanta area, and he was coming down to visit our mother. He said to ride the storm, but he had some plumbing work done at his house, and prior to leaving, he got a phone call. He saw the plumber's number show up. He thought there was some follow-up, but it was a plumbing company called to say that the plumber was COVID positive. So he had to self-quarantine. So my point to you is it's all around. So even if it's someone coming to do some work for you, ensure that you social distance, ensure that they're masked and you are masked. Take all the precautions that you would as if you were going out. So just like to share that with you on a personal level. I never would have thought about someone coming to work at your home who would be positive, but that happened to my brother, so I share that with you. It doesn't hurt to mention again in 3Ws, wash your hands, wear your face covered and watch your distance. So until next time, that's the update from Team Liberty for our weekly COVID update from us. Thank you, and please be safe.